Hi, guys. How are you? I'm Dr. Liz here. I want to pop in for just a couple minutes to start helping you set the stage for having the right kind of talking, the right kind of communication in your marriage, in your relationship that allows you to, both of you, to uncover and discover some of the things that maybe you've been avoiding that kind of has you on eggshells, or you feel like you don't want to discuss because it's just going to go into one more fight. And so when that anxiety, that apprehension, that avoidance starts building, when we start going like, I don't know, or when the resentment and the bitterness is keeping you awake at 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, or whenever they walk into the room, and you just start like, ugh, I'm not really happy. I'm not really happy right now. I want to give you just we're going to talk about some preliminary best practices for steps that can help you start to set the stage for having those great conversations, right? The first one is going to be about really that, setting the stage. It's not kind of like ambushing them. They've come in the door or they're just waking up and they're trapped in the shower and you launch into what kept you up all night, 2 a.m., whatever. It's not when we're all ready to go to bed. This is like one of the biggest, I want to say, fight zones. When the house is calm, the kids or critters are kind of put to bed, our guard is dropped a little bit, and we're just gonna climb into bed, roll over, and they say, hey, can we talk? Or I'm really still mad about you, mad or hurt, whatever, with you about blah, blah, blah. And that simple 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, whatever p.m., suddenly now you find it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 a.m. and the fight is getting worse. The discussion has gotten derailed. So let's talk about setting the stage right. Let's start about setting it to be most effective. And that means asking, hey, when's a good time to talk? Can we talk? Right? When's a good time? They'll look at their schedule. They'll look at their energy bandwidth, hopefully. And that's what I would encourage you to also say. When do you feel like you have enough time and energy? We could focus on some stuff that I want to talk about. Now, when you drew that veiled, some stuff I want to talk about, that can put somebody on edge. They can think, oh my God, what's the bad thing? What's the bad news? Just tell me now. Tell me now. I want the bomb to drop now. I don't want to worry about it. So as you asking and you're encouraging them to pick a time that works good for them with their energy at the time, you also tell them a little bit maybe what it's about. I want to talk about this thing that we keep doing. We just keep having this fight, like we're both in the kitchen and I know I'm hangry and I think you are and the animals are. I just really want to talk about how that could go better. All right. Why? Why do we tell them that? We want them, again, if we're asking them to come prepared, ready with their energy and their attention and their focus, why would we not want to give them what's the agenda for the meeting? I want that person to come having already had a chance to think about what my request is or what my concern is. I want them to spend some time going, oh yeah, that thing is we do that a lot. The dinner hour, okay. Why wouldn't you? Let's go back to when you have teachers and you have some that would just do this, they would drop this surprise quiz that was like majorly important to your overall grade and like, where'd this come from? And you'd be all up in arms and upset. You resented the teacher because you felt like you were blindsided and you didn't feel like you did really good. Or maybe it's a few of us that be smirky like, yeah, I studied, woohoo, okay? I know I truly love the teachers that said, tomorrow we're going to have a quiz and it's going to be about bum, 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 bum. So you might want to study or review your notes. Thank you. All right. I love them. All right. So we're saying setting the stage correctly, asking them when's a good time, telling them what their agenda is going to be. Now, when you show up to this meeting, to this conversation, what we want to do is make sure that you're using your words very clearly. Most oftentimes we think, or one of the common communication errors is we assume you know what I'm saying. We assume I know what you're saying. And that's especially true in longer term relationships where we have stopped listening and we just move to autopilot, right? Um, so we want to use our words. And if you've been upset, we don't need stop assuming that they know you're upset or that they even know that what you're upset about. I'm sure you've been giving them body language. I'm sure you've been giving them some kind of cues that life is not pleasant or you're not a happy camper. But we need to clearly tell them what's bothering us in a way that communicates your concern, your complaint, and is not judgy and is not, pointing the finger. All right. Step into confrontation. And I'm not saying we have to love a fight, but I'm saying that know that in order to get on the same page together, we're going to have some differing in opinions. We're going to have some abrasion. And by learning how to be empathetic, but clear and direct with one another about tough stuff, letting each one step into it at the pace that they can is huge. Huge, huge, huge. So let's stop avoiding these important conversations. Stop sweeping them under the rug or hoping they're going to go away because you know what? They don't. At least, if you ever look at a person's house that has critters, those fur balls don't go away. They continue to build and they roll across the floor in little fur cycles. At least it does in my house. And that's how conflicts do. They build up, they don't go away unless you step into the, and know that it's going to get a little uncomfortable. Uncomfortable doesn't mean it's bad. It just means we have different opinions and we care and love about each other enough to have those tough conversations, right? And I'll teach you more about using I statements and all those kinds of things to focus on how you feel rather than being judgy about other people. And then the other thing is take action, all right? Take action. Show that you care. When they show up, rub their arm, hand, smile, tell them you thank you so much. Appreciate you putting the time into this. It means a lot to me. Throughout the course of the day, show your love, show your appreciation through actions. It pays off. It's this nice little snowball, unlike the fur balls. It's a nice little snowball that accentuates or accelerates in your relationship. And pretty soon, they too are going out of their way to asking you if you want a drink of water or pouring you another cup of coffee or taking the trash out. And it really was your job. Okay. So take action. Don't set and let it set aside. Don't walk on eggshells, avoiding it. Okay. If you set the stage right, if you work on using your words carefully and clearly, if you embrace or step into that confrontation, that conflict, and you take action throughout the course of the day, you can make significant changes in your relationship and your communication and the depth and connection of your relationship. If you ever feel like you're stuck or you feel like you need more information, just DM me. I'd love to chat more with you. I have all the tools, all the tips to help you manage these things in your relationship. But I'm going to pop off now and go talk to one of my other nice clients. So take care. Have an awesome day. Bye.